It's Conduit News Radio with Paul Harrell.
Welcome back to the program. Folks, want to remind everybody to go to conduitnews.com. You can get the podcast there, the video archives, or iTunes, SoundCloud. You can subscribe to that podcast, and it'll automatically download to your phone if that's something that you're interested in. If maybe you can't get the full 2-hour program because you don't get up with the birds, or before the birds in some cases. Folks, I want to introduce you to Laura Abbott. Laura is on the phone with us this morning, and she works for the organization Victims' Rights Arkansas. Laura, how are you this morning?
I'm fine this morning, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I really appreciate you agreeing to be on the program, and I wanted to have you on, highlight your organization, and just kind of tell everybody what your organization does. Tell us about Victims' Rights Arkansas.
Well, thank you for having us. We are a grassroots movement. There's a neighborhood of 12 survivors of crime or people who've worked with crime victims that operate a Facebook page, Victims' Rights Arkansas. Arkansas is one of the few states without a constitutional amendment for victims' rights, for enforceable rights, and so that's what we're working towards.
So tell us about that, and tell us your history. How did you get involved in an organization like this? How long have you guys been around?
Well, I got involved after being a victim of a crime in 2012, and after going to the court system, and after experiencing getting some of my victims' rights, I began to recover and began to become whole. And so I was like, everybody needs these rights. And we were realizing some people were not getting their victims' rights information or victims' rights implementation.
So how
so we started banding together.
Yeah, give me an example. Give me an example of somebody when they of somebody not having their rights or their rights being violated. I guess is what I should give me an example of their rights being violated.
Well, one extreme case was a man whose son was killed, and the defendant sat in jail for 3 years. And the parent had been asking when the court date was going to be, when the trial was going to be held. And there never was one, and then the defense attorney got his client out because there was no speedy trial.
Wow. Okay. So that certainly is that sounds egregious. It sounds like somebody got off on a technicality there.
Probably the most egregious, and I don't want to give all the details behind the story, but it seems like it was pretty much of a plan in the beginning to help the defendant. The defendant was already a violent offender for sexual offense, domestic violence, and in possession of a firearm as a felon. But yet he was the one chosen to be let out of a jail, and then he, in less than 24 hours, kills a man.
Wow. So tell me about other states. You say that other states have constitutional amendments for victims' rights, and I'm trying to balance that. So how does that balance with, the concept of equal protection under the law, and what would you like to see Arkansas do specifically?
Well, one has constitutional amendment for enforceable rights, which mainly would make it where victims would have equal rights. It might become equitable at best, but victims would have the right to a speedy trial. So something like that could have been avoided, because if there's a constitutional amendment, the father of that young man that was killed could have filed paperwork, had a lawyer file paperwork for him, and had standing, been a party basically to the case, and said, we want our right to a speedy trial. And possibly prevented, someone just sitting in jail for 3 years and being let out without ever being prosecuted for a homicide.
Wow.
And then victims' rights wouldn't be plea deal the way we that those have been situations that have happened.
Tell me about lawmakers, Arkansas lawmakers. Have you reached out to any of them? Have they been receptive to your goal?
Yes, the Arkansas lawmakers are very receptive. We had a really positive push in 2015 and actually had a constitutional amendment written up by Representative Charlotte Douglas. But I'm not a politician, so for some reason, ins and outs, there were still issues that needed to be worked out and vetted. And if our state's going to make that change, there's so many people involved, from prosecutors, victim witness coordinators, law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, the last legislative session, there were numerous bills passed by representatives such as Alan Clark and Leanne Birch and Jimmy Gasaway and Charlene Font and Breonna Davis. I could just keep listing people who created legislation that was very victim-friendly and addressed some of the issues of victims and victims' rights.
So, rights of the victim. I'm on your Facebook page, and you can check them out, Victims' Rights Arkansas, to have their allegations investigated. So, rights of the victim, to have their allegations investigated, to be informed of the progress of the investigation, to be informed of their role as a witness, to be protected from the accused, to make a victim impact statement. So then you also have the rights of the accused not to be illegally searched, to remain silent, to apply for bail, to have interviews recorded, to be detained only if arrested, not to have prior charges or convictions detailed before the verdict is given, not to have illegally obtained evidence used against them. So it seems to me on the rights of the accused, we have that. Am I following you guys?
Well, yes, that's the U.S. constitutional amendment. And so over the years, when our country first started, victims brought the defendant's trial. There was not a defense attorney. There was not a prosecutor. It was victim first, facing a defendant and a judge and a possible jury. And then over time, the system evolved that we're familiar with now, where we have a defense attorney and a prosecutor. And the prosecutor represents the state, not the victim. So when there's not a constitutional amendment in the state, it turns a victim into, relegates them to the role of evidence or just a witness in the case.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let me ask you this. We're talking with Laura Abbott, again, the organization Victims' Rights Arkansas. Do you see this as a partisan issue, Laura?
Oh, no. This is a bipartisan issue all across the board. And when it originally started, Dianne Feinstein was on board with this on a national level. So it is a bipartisan issue. People who are victims of crime, no one asks, hey, what party are you before I help you? All people, doesn't matter what economic background they come from, et cetera, all those factors are crime victims at one time or another, or know someone that is.
Okay. Man, that's interesting. Now, when I talked to you yesterday, and you mentioned something about Ronald Reagan, tell us. You tell us a little bit about that. Is that how you kind of first? Or you said something about how he kind of first started this push. Is that true?
He started the National Crime Victims Week awareness, and so yes, he did start that. He wasn't himself a victim of a crime. Often we don't think about the fact that Jack Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy were also victims of a crime. We use the word assassinated, but actually it's a homicide. And so Ronald Reagan created the National Crime Victims Awareness Week. That's how the push got.
Laura, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You broke up there at the end.
Okay, so it was Ronald Reagan, and under Reagan's administration that the National Crime Victims Week was created and began to be pushed throughout for the rest of, they just had Crime Victims Week back in April.
Well, Laura, tell us real quick. Last question: what can we do if we want to get involved?
Well, we need people contacting our legislators requesting a constitutional amendment for victims. And we need people also joining that page because we need people to go out and spread the word across the state about what our victims need here. And victims are traumatized. They're often last in the court system to receive any funding if they even get that ordered. Right now in our state, court costs come first, restitution comes second, but yet there's not a lot of information on how do victims file to get restitution. The Crime Victims Reparation Board does not always refund people 100%. So victims are at a loss usually for the rest of their life. Even after criminals have served their time in jail, the victims are still left with consequences from the criminal act. So we need people involved. They can volunteer at a local nonprofit. They can make phone calls. Even people like human sex traffickers need people to help drive vans. Those to be vetted, of course. And it's just kind of when crime has gotten so prevalent that we need all of us volunteering or working in some fashion, helping donate, or really just rattling the cages on a constitutional amendment for victims' rights.
Laura Abbott, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on the program and telling us about your organization. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
All righty. You have a good day, folks. We're going to take a break, going to reset, and we're going to be back here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.